Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Sketchy. And once again, I am returned by my other American friend, Dave. Hello, dude. Nice to have you back.
Hello. Yeah, always nailing that intro. Good job, dude.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
one for one. We've never had to stop and re-record that intro. I would just like to point out, like, he nails it every time. So great job, great job.
Gotta
Good to
have
be
sauce,
back,
right?
man. I'm really I'm happy you're back off the boat and we can get back to doing this. So
It's good to be back
yeah.
off it.
So today I've asked Trim to draw Krampus, and because this is kind of an old folklore type thing, we're gonna run it back a little old school here and go back to some of the OG Trim style, the black and white with some the heavy shading. So because he did a test sketch beforehand and it was fucking dope. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
Let's hope that the new one, because I'm not good with replicating things, so let's see if I'm able to do it justice.
But yeah, so I asked him to draw Krampus because obviously it's the Christmas season, and we're not probably by the time this is coming out, if it comes out on Wednesday, it'll be Christmas Day.
It should be
or Christmas
Wednesday.
Eve. I mean,
so
sorry, Christmas Eve.
It'll be proper
the
Christmas
23rd.
Eve even for Norwegians. We do the main whole
24th.
Christmas party on the 24th. Yeah, 25th is recovery day, I guess you could say.
But yeah, so I picked Krampus because I think it's kind of an interesting character as a counterpoint to Saint Nicholas. I've got a bunch of Krampus facts pulled up here, but first I'll tell you part of my fascination with Krampus, maybe not fascination, but part of my desire to have this drawn is because I have Krampus as a character in my WWE universe on Xbox, and he's one of the main tag team guys, and I think he may have actually had the tag team belt for a while. I think they may have actually carried the belt.
Nice.
Krampus is teamed up with the Demon King, and they are the two of the biggest, most powerful members of the Demon faction, which is a really common thing. I say that a lot when I'm narrating it. This is some of the most powerful members of this faction, because they say that all the time in wrestling. But this isn't a wrestling episode. This is a Christmas and Krampus episode. So I will run down some of the facts, some of the quick facts about Krampus.
Yeah, because
for those who
as you
don't
all
know,
Santa is real, and so is Krampus.
Yeah, that's right. Santa deniers, you got no place here.
Yeah, PDF mode.
So, yeah, Krampus is a folklore character who, like I said, is a counterpart to Saint Nicholas. And where Saint Nicholas rewards good kids, Krampus punishes bad kids. And there are so many kind of stories about that in early European folklore and shit like that. I have a really strong theory about a lot of these, like, oh, your child got stolen, your child disappeared, folklore, and I think I've probably talked about it in previous episodes.
Maybe.
I think that a lot of those stories were originated by abusive parents, and
Go on.
yeah. So when they say, "Oh no, Bobby got taken away by the elves in the forest, stole Bobby, you have to be careful." Well, what really happened was Bobby got a little too mouthy with his dad after his dad had some drinks and actually beat him to death and dumped him in the woods. And they're like, "Oh my God, we found him. What happened?" And they're like, "Oh, the evil demon Krampus took him."
There might be something to that.
What happened to that kid? Krampus took him. It's not that he.
Yeah, I mean, so, and also there might be something more to that, as they generally can't find him. He got lost in the woods, and they believe because sometimes kids get up and wander, and then it's like, where did he go? Where did he go? And he was also very much there to be.
It was dangerous times.
Yeah, and he was also there to just scare kids to behaving properly too. So, in order to avoid them ending up like little Timmy in the neighboring farm, dog food or wolf food,
right?
Scare the crap out of them with Krampus.
Yeah, or you better be good because you remember your brother Timmy. And what Krampus did to him, and he disappeared because Krampus came and got him. And it's like, no, Timmy got mouthy, and Dad lost control, or Mom lost control. Mom and Dad lost control, and ended up taking it a little too far, and then they had to get rid of the body. And what did they say? Oh, and then when the kids are like, "Oh my God, what happened to Billy?" You're like, Krampus got him," which is really dark and glib.
It is, but a little dark humor goes a long way. Dark humor is like food in communist countries. Not everyone gets it. Though,
so yeah, some of the key. Oh, go ahead.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. You go on first.
Oh yeah. So I guess to get back onto Krampus to talk about some of the tradition. So he's more goat-like. He has horns like a ram. He's supposed to have dark fur. Of course, fangs, long pointed tongue, and cloven hooves. Like that's a pretty standard, like
demon, basically.
I don't know, medieval demon thing.
Yeah, it could be derived. It could be it's a little bit of a satyr too. Satyr, or what's the other one in Greek mythology? The ones that dance, fauns.
Yeah, well, they're the same thing. Fauns and satyrs, basically. Just depends on which mythology you're talking about them in. But he carries birch rods for beating children.
Yeah. That's where you get the rod
which
from.
are, yep, and chains, which is an addition to the image because Krampus, the legend of Krampus, is a early pagan tradition, right? It kind of predates the proliferation of Christianity throughout Northern Europe.
Yeah, you had Krampus
during the medieval
before. You had Krampus Nacht, I think was his sort of his dedicated day.
And he has a sack to carry away bad children.
Yes. There's this one. You know what the SCP Foundation, right?
Oh yeah, SCP.
Yeah, he is one of those SCPs.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the more creepier, and it's really well done. Very freaking brutal, but it's also very well done. It really gets into the whole darker side of Krampus.
Man, yeah, some of those SCPs are really cool.
Yeah, or at least the ones back in the day before it became popular, and then when it became popular,
some of them are just
attracted some of the wrong people.
Yeah, let's just say some of it's just Tumblr fan fiction.
Yeah,
but
it should never. They should never have closed. It should never have closed down Tumblr because the infection spread.
Yeah, they never Yahoo. We have Yahoo to blame for that.
Yeah.
Yahoo broke the containment on Tumblr and unleashed them upon the internet.
Yeah, Pandora's box cannot be closed.
Yep. Those guys deserve a visit from Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
Get beaten with some birch rods. That's what they need.
And everything.
So, let me see. Go back through some more. So it has pagan roots from Germanic and Alpine pagan traditions, because of course that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. Mm-hmm. The Germanic, Northern European stuff. Associated with winter demons and wild man archetypes. So that's seems pretty standard. Like I think that's kind of like Anybody who's even basely familiar with it can see all that.
Yeah, it's
But
he does really invoke fun, you know, the more devilish satanic forms, because you have in
yeah,
Norse folklore during the Christian era of Christianity, we called Satan or the devil for fanden, which is where we get the word fan, you know, the proper our word,
mhm,
our version of fuck from fan.
yeah,
And Fanden basically was the Folkian type of guy, and he was usually depicted like Krampus. So I think Christianity kind of adapted Krampus's look for a very much a malicious, sort of a punisher of the wicked kind of thing.
yeah. They did. It was well, they brought him in as uh the duality of Santa Claus. Really, is what it was.
Yeah.
He's the other side of Saint Nick. Because of course, I mean, because a lot of Christian iconography focuses, especially in medieval times, it focuses on that duality of good and evil, and
Yeah.
usually the triumph of good over evil. But not always. Some of it is it's obviously a warning. You
Yep.
know, like you need to be wary of evil.
Yeah,
But in
the
some
Krampus is
regards,
more like a
it talks
evil
about
as
the
a consequence
inevitability of it.
for yeah. Krampus is,
Yeah,
as far as I see it, is more used as a consequence for wicked deeds. So it's like
yeah,
yeah, it's like trying to bark up against a bigger animal. The bigger fish will come and get you, you know, because Krampus is
yeah.
clearly a much larger evil, and he comes in to show you how it's done if you're being a little shit.
Right. He's like accountability manifest, is what it
Yes.
is. So, which is an interesting. I mean, that's always an interesting iconography to
Yeah.
follow. Is the manifestation of of something like that. Um,
Yes.
well, and it happens a lot throughout art and history. Um, you know, representative art. So yeah, he's supposed to. He's while Saint Nicholas um is the kind of. I mean, he's a patron. He's or the benevolent saint. Krampus is the counterpart to that, to where you know you can have the carrot or the stick.
Yeah.
You know, and you can be good and have the carrot, or you can be bad and you'll get the fucking stick.
Yes.
So it's not like you're being lured by the carrot and the stick. I guess it's the risk versus reward.
Yeah,
Um,
you have
and the
essentially you have a clear line here, and if you choose to be wicked or choose to be mean or bad, the Krampus is basically the consequences of your own deeds. So again, evil made to be a consequence for evil.
yeah. So it's um again, yeah, it's a fascinating um way to depict accountability in a supernatural form.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just that like, oh, you're going to break the law and go to jail. It's that you're going to get snatched up, snatched
Yeah.
up by a monster and killed and sent to hell.
Pretty much, yeah. Wicked
And
acts
I think
deserve wicked deeds.
The Santa Krampus uh, paradigm, or that duality, um, is of course very Christian.
Yeah.
It's incredibly powerful, or not powerful, but obvious
It fits there
Christian
because
iconography.
Christian morality is, at least in many of the stories, it fits really well into it. In many ways, better than certain religions. Just saying.
Yeah,
I will be
yeah,
honest. I
and
have my biases, but at least as far as I'm concerned, Christianity has a better monopoly when it comes to like moral right and moral wrong around its eras.
well, and you know, we're gonna believe that obviously, because it's the culture we were raised in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
There is a sense of
which
bias
is,
there, but there is also for me
yeah,
like proof that one is inherently superior to the other, though. But again, I won't get into that. That's
yeah,
for a different series.
yeah. That's that's not what we're talking about on this
Yeah.
channel. Anyhow, so yeah, you were saying Krampus knocked.
Yeah.
So here's that. Here's the info on that. That was typically celebrated on December 5th, where men dress as Krampus and roam the streets in events called Krampus Laufe. Krampus Laufe, I guess that's
Oh,
the
the
German for
Krampus
it.
run?
Yep,
Lauf?
the Krampus runs.
Yeah. The runs.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I just
where they
that's not a mental image I wanted. Fucking hell. Ah shit! I got the Krampus runs.
yeah.
Be
That's what
back
you
in a
get when
minute.
you eat too much rich food on Christmas. You get the Krampus runs.
Yeah.
The tradition uses elaborate hand-carved wooden masks, which is pretty dope, but not surprising.
Yep.
Bells, fire, alcohol, and controlled chaos, which it sounds like it would be. You know, it sounds like it's supposed to
fun
be.
for the adults too.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's a rowdy night, which it seems like it would be because it's as much as Christmas is a peaceful night. I could see this as being more more loose.
Yeah. Allowing for a bit more. Kind of has a Hallows Eve kind of feel to it.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
in the early 19th and 20th centuries, the church and state authorities tried to ban those traditions, probably because they were getting rowdy and
Yeah.
causing a bit of unrest at the time.
Yeah, and
Like,
also probably
I
they
don't know.
didn't really integrate with some of the values at the time.
Right. But
But then
apparently
again,
in the late 20,
the church at that time was nothing if not capable of integrating things into their own kind of cultures. Like honestly,
right.
you'd be surprised over how effective Christianity is at absorbing cultures and turning it from a pagan thing to something more fitting its own dictums. I mean, just look at Norse mythology. Ragnarok is specifically a
Right.
Christian addition to Norse mythology.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I thought that Ragnarok would have predated that.
It is.
But it's just
No,
the
no.
concept of the end times then, right?
Basically, if you look at it, if you look at the creation and the destruction, it destroys the old world and then it creates with Usk and Embla, I think was the names, which would basically be a way for them to say, oh, this is actually Adam and Eve.
Oh.
Oh yeah, dude. Bro, when it came to
Okay.
propaganda, the church was honestly undisputed masters. They took
Well,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, you have like Saint Olav, the Viking king who basically Christian Norway with the sword. They managed to turn his death into, and he lost a battle where he lost a battle where he died, and the church managed to spin it in a way that gave the church, or yeah, gave Christendom the victory over the pagan North.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is early medieval, like the church in medieval times, was the de facto authority of the land.
It was.
Because even though the kings were often there by divine right, they still needed the sign off of the religious emissaries, you know, of God's emissaries on earth via the church.
Because the king was there, the royalty was there by God. The only thing, you know, superseding the authority
Yeah.
of the king was God. So then he needed his messengers or his people to, you know, qualify, I guess.
Right. And so in order to do that, you can't whole cloth change and demoralize a culture in the same way. Like, or you can't just eradicate a culture. You have to integrate it into the system, right? Because
Yeah.
you're never going to fully dissolve the knowledge of those traditions. The only thing you can do is alter them and include them in your broader narrative,
Yes.
right? And in reality, like, there's nothing inherently, I would say, anti-Christian in a lot of these things. There's in a lot of the traditional European or even pagan stuff. Now, it may have been contrary to the Catholic doctrine at the time, um, but I think a lot of this information is, since it is more allegory than anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, it's not like this Krampus never really fucking existed.
Speak for
You know,
yourself.
like Saint Nicholas may have been a real person, but like it's unlikely that an actual demon like Krampus really existed. And that's the cynic in me, maybe. Well, definitely, I guess that's the rationalist in me saying that. But people will still believe in it, and people will still try to use that the allegory of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Again, it's
like, even
the
if you
allegory
told,
is it's a good vehicle to instill morality to it. You know, I don't quite remember what
yes,
Krampus's
yes,
full. Because I've heard somewhere that Krampus's role was much more, much wider than it used to be. It wasn't as simple as just being the opposing for, like being the opposite of Saint Nicholas. He did have other kind of purposes too. It's just that being integrated into the Christian paradigm, he basically got a different role. Not sure what that was
yeah.
though, because this is just hearsay. Or
Well, he is
hearsay.
also kind of
It's
symbolic of the darkness of the holiday season.
yeah,
So,
that could also work.
and but yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, so and that's another thing too, and especially something that we've talked about, is that he's not evil. You know, he just, like, the existence of Krampus doing stuff like that isn't necessarily an act or a co-signing of evil. He's acting within his nature
Yep.
to keep balance in society, is
Yeah.
really kind of what it is. The duality of the holiday, and that, you know, he's a balance to the saccharine sweet stuff that often gets pushed during the holiday,
A
and a
consequence
reminder of
to
reality.
yeah, a consequence to overindulgence maybe.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So,
Because I
so
do
as to
like
where Saint
how
Nicholas
yeah, I do
gives
like how
you,
like evil is turned into a again evil in the for working for the end goal of good is just having evil being the consequence, like another form of it be the consequence. I always been a fan of that.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I say. It's not evil. It's just consequences.
Yeah,
Um, he just is what he is, and and that was the other thing with Krampus and beings like that, is that, you know, if you suffered at their hands, it was your own fault,
yeah,
because you could avoided it by just not being a dipshit.
yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Well, I'm sorry, little Timmy,
So,
but you're getting the rod because you were a bit too much of a shit this year.
oh man. So, it's not a it's not a satanic or it's not a satanic evil.
No.
It's not a malicious evil. It's an evil that you do to yourself.
Yeah.
It's a consequence of your own hubris and inaction, or hubris and
Inactions,
and pride,
indulgence.
I guess.
Yeah.
So
It is
indulgence.
an earned one. It is
So-
one which you pull to yourself, and those are usually the best ones that I like
Yep.
because they're always out. It's described sort of in the best kind of stories that it is out there to get the wicked. It just doesn't go for the good because he can't touch those usually, but they have free reign for all the wicked people themselves. Again, showing that no matter what power you have, no matter what status you have, you cannot escape this kind of force of nature kind of creature.
Right. And Krampus, I mean, fell out of favor for a really long time, has had a real big revival lately. In the last 10 or 20 years, really. He's fallen, he's came way back more into the popular zeitgeist.
Pretty much.
Now, I don't think that's because of well, there's a movie that came out which brought it up, but I think that because now he's seen as more of an anti-hero, and in a way that's kind of how we're describing him, because if he's only picking up bad people, that's good for society, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's taking out the people that are bad.
I'd say more like an anti-villain.
And we're looking at it from
he's depicted like I would consider more like an anti-villain because he is still a creature of dark and nefarious means. It's just that he's been given a purpose that allows him to work within certain limits, and that limit is there to remove the wicked. Because I'm pretty sure if he got the opportunity to take someone who wasn't wicked, he wouldn't even hesitate.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's still that's an anti-hero. That's what an anti-hero is.
It's anti-people.
It's not that he's. It's not that he's
are
anti-heroic. It's that he does. Well,
yeah, but
it's not that he's like
anti-heroes
good
are the ones
or
that
heroic on his own.
Yeah, but their anti-heroes' intentions tend to be good, but the anti-villains are sort of like the more crueler creature. They're basically villains doing good, but they're not doing it for any kind of noble intention, right?
Well,
Bessic will probably search up the definition of it.
But
That's the one I know of.
Well, now, but he's doing a heroic thing by taking out evil people, and it doesn't matter why he's doing it necessarily, which is really that's the modern, I don't know, rejection of any kind of looking into their motives. But he's taken out evil people for the purposes of them being evil.
Yeah.
And I think that notion is really popular in current society. And I personally think that it's popular because people want to see evil punished, but they don't understand how to do it, and they don't want to do it in a way that makes themselves a cohort to evil.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I get that.
People want, people thrown into whichever, but nobody really is going to do it. We
we don't have the opportunity for it, it's not easy getting the people who deserve to get it.
Right. But we could agree that someone who actually threw someone, or someone who actually did that, would kind of be a horrific thing. It would be an obvious horrific thing. But people who did it for the right reason, the average person couldn't do it. The average person wouldn't do it.
No.
Because of the moral implications of it. Because of the the moral weight that would weigh on a person to do that. And
Yeah.
so in order to do evil things, you kind of need an evil person to do
Yeah.
it for you. And so they'll evil people doing things that maintain order. Now,
Yeah.
and again, people will think like, oh, because he's taking out evil, he's not necessarily a bad guy. Like, well, yeah, he is. He is. Now, we don't attribute his motives to evil because we agree with his actions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that his actions and his motives aren't kind of
Yeah.
evil in a societal sense. So like vigilantes, like we sign off on them as a
Yeah.
society. We co-sign them. We co-sign their ability to be evil because as a society, sometimes you need somebody who will get their fucking hands dirty.
Let me
And
put
that's
it in
really
a
what it comes down to.
different way. You know how in women prison, right? They are there's certain things happening there because if you're a woman and you're guilty of say murdering a child, when you get to women prison, your days are numbered because the chicks are there. Like, take a chick who's gone on a killing spree of a bunch of dudes, right? And then she hears that another chick has murdered her own kid. She's gonna go for her like immediately.
So
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna burst your bubble on that one. Because my son works in a woman's prison.
yeah.
And I know for a fact that it is not the same.
Mm.
The
Then we can do
violence in a
then we
women's
can do
prison
the
is
other
nowhere near the
statistics. Then we
violence in
can
a
do
men's
the
prison.
then we can do the other
There's
one where
like the
you know the one where if you are a dude who abuses children and you get sent to prison. That one though, kind of
oh
like
yeah,
that.
now that's a different story. Like men who, so, you know why? Because men actually have a sense of justice
Yep.
and an objective sense of justice. Like, and our morals aren't situational and subjective. People will maintain our principles.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
But yeah, but
So,
it goes into the whole Krampus thing works there though, because he ain't a
yeah,
good guy, but he does things that are in the end more. It becomes justice to the one it happens to, basically. Though on Krampus's side, it's
yeah,
more of an
absolutely.
overcorrection, depending on what the kid did.
So, but it's a moral lesson.
Yes.
And like all early moral lessons, it is a hard dichotomy. You can be good, you can be good, and have a happy Christmas with your family, or you can be a butthole and like the meme said yesterday, you might as well just go coal yourself right now.
Yes.
You're getting coal in your stocking.
Oh yeah.
Sticks and coal. You know what's funny is that my mom, when I was a kid, my mom used to go get sticks and coal
Really?
and put them in our stockings.
God, freaking
If we were
genius.
being, because I was a shit, dude. I was a shitty kid. I guess we'll switch gears on this a little bit now, because we are going to be talking about Christmas on the next episode of Ought to Circle, which will happen before this episode is released. We are going to be talking about Christmas, and we're going to be talking about the feelings that are prominent and that really make us love this holiday season. The emotion and the ability for emotion that really do make us love, or make people love, the holiday season. I can't say us, because I know not everybody. And I personally have had a very complicated relationship with Christmas. I because I've always hated Christmas.
Really?
I've hated it because I really did some introspection on that. I've done a lot of really self-reflection on that. lately, and I look back on it when I was a kid, and I was so my mom was so awesome, and my family was so great and so loving during Christmas, and we always did fun things, but I, for some reason, could just never get into it, and I always felt bitter and jaded over it. And like when I was a kid, and the reason why when I was a little kid I liked it. When I started getting older, like into my teenage years, I didn't. And I realize now, I look back on it and I realize that a lot of my anger towards the season was purely because I was not able to provide gifts for people like I wanted to.
Right.
And so as a result of my own inability to participate in the season as I felt it, I felt alienated from it. But that was my doing. It wasn't the season. It was me, again, me getting in my own way and neglecting to accept that I didn't need to give gifts for people to love me and accept me during the holiday season, or for me to embrace and enjoy the season.
Yeah.
But this year, like my work, well, my boss's wife works at a charity, and so we were able to sponsor a family for Christmas, and I've never done that before. You know, I've never had the ability to do that before. This was the first year ever that I had even the most remotely amount of disposable income to where I could do that. And, you know, it's because I got a lot of debts paid off earlier this year and last year. And so I'm sitting in a good spot right now.
Glad to hear it.
I'm really blessed. And because of that, I was able to pay it forward to people. I was able to take a family who was struggling like I was, like I felt like I was doing with my family every year. And, you know, like I got, the mom asked for a crock pot, and so I bought him a really nice crock pot. And then the dad asked for a sweater and a stocking cap. And he asked for a gift card to a store where he could go buy some games for him and his family.
Oh.
And I'm like, that, you know, so I got him $100 gift card to a local game store. I got him a pretty dope one-piece hoodie and hat, you know, and not like trying to jerk myself off or anything, but I was really happy to be able to do that. And
Yeah, because
like I don't know who it is.
The feeling of giving is oftentimes as good as getting. In some cases, is better.
I think better, personally.
Yeah.
I'm way more of a gift giver than I am a getter. And part of that is because my first wife was so fucking terrible at picking out gifts for me. I never got a good gift from her ever. Like
That's
ever.
why she's your
Actually, the one
first
good gift
wife,
that I
huh?
got from her, yeah, the one good gift I got from her, and it was kind of like even a bit of disappointment at the time, was a office chair.
Really?
Because she was always buying me like clothes that I wouldn't wear because they were like dumb, you know, or like just shit that it wasn't my style.
Yeah.
You know, like trendy pop shit, and it wasn't my style. She was terrible at buying me gifts. My second wife was much better, but by that point I was already so like, because I was with my first wife for a decade, you know, and by that time I'd had fucking 10 terrible Christmases, and so I was like, you know what, I hate Christmas, because every year I'm struggling to get her something that she wants, you know, and I feel like I'm really going above and beyond to try to get her something, and she's putting literally no thought into the gift that she's getting me. And so it was like, well, this is like, okay, well, the only gifts I get to look forward to are the shitty ones that I'm not gonna like. And then she bought all the gifts for the kids. Like, she would run out and spend all the money and buy all the shit for the kids, and so I wouldn't be able to go buy gifts because she would have already bought them all, and I didn't have any money outside of what we had. And so I didn't have the unique joy of giving the kids something from my heart
Yeah.
at that time. And, I've gotten that since then. And that opportunity to provide, a family of people who I will never, ever meet, but I know, or I have, I guess I can be heartened in the notion that I at least did my best to try to make someone else's season not suck like I felt like mine did for so many years. Um,
I'm proud of you, dude.
and I've always tried to make my kids' Christmas not suck also too. But and this year I was able to get my kids some really cool things that I'm really happy about, and I think that they're going to really like. So I won't say what they are because they're in the other room and I'm not going to talk about it.
Probably leaning against the door like, yeah, what did you get us, Dad? What did you get us?
Maybe.
Tell us!
Not going to take any chances on it, so.
Yeah.
I did. I will say one thing, though, is I got my oldest son. Oh, go ahead, dude.
I was eating dinner with my parents a few days ago, and my father was like, yeah, I had to do some kind of errand, and my dad was like, yeah, you'll find it in the shed. And it's like, Mom's like, no! So I know where my gifts were. Oh,
Yeah.
right. No, it's not there. I'll go get it.
That's why my kids are like, I could get something from your room. I'll get it.
Yes. The one time
that
a year
kind of
when the
thing.
parents don't want you to go
Ooh.
get shit. That's before Christmas.
Right.
You'll find it there.
But
Okay.
I got my oldest son one of those really nice Chef IQ wireless temp probes
Nice.
that I got a screaming deal on it too, because they're normally like $120 and I got it for half that.
Yeah.
So like we have so many goddamn temperature like meat thermometers around here because like he uses them and then they break or something, and then or he'll forget where it is and then he'll just go get another one. So I have like 3 or 4 of those things around here. But I mean, realistically, they're nice to have. It's good to have something to temp your food. So I got him a really
get
nice
one of those
and
circulators where you basically you have a sort of a bucket. You put a circulator machine and it'll keep your temperature of the water steady.
sous vide.
Yeah, sous vide.
The sous vide machines.
Yeah.
Those are dope. Yeah.
They're awesome.
Damn it.
You
I
know
thought
you
about
can
okay.
you know you can keep an egg perpetually warm, a boiled egg perpetually warm without overboiling it.
Oh, just keep it at the right temp. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
That's how we do it at work.
I got him a really nice air fryer.
Yeah, don't say it out loud now,
I got a
remember.
really I got him. I'll whisper it. I got him a really nice like Ninja air fryer. So
Cool.
I think he's gonna really like it, and
Dude,
I'm super excited for
I
it.
heard so much good about those.
Yeah, and this one's one of the really dope ones that has the clear glass cooking thing, so you can watch it cook your food.
Really?
I think it was Future Canoe, the YouTuber. He cooked a chicken in one, and I was like, "Oh man, that's so fucking cool." And
I'm probably gonna get myself an
and
air
we've been
fryer.
wanting to get one of those anyways. So I'll let you know how it works out if it's
Please
good or
do.
not.
Please do. Let's see.
But
What do you think?
yeah, I think it's fantastic, dude. I love it.
For Christmas, we're going back to the classics. Last time, I was traumatized. This time, we're going back to the classics, to the feel-goods. A little bit of a palate cleanser. Bleach.
Yeah, that black and white, the black and white kind of reverse, like carving the image out of darkness.
Yeah.
I think that is that's a very fitting way to do this character who is carved out of darkness he's carved out of darkness to shine a light on what you need to do as a good person, right? He's the darkness that guides your way. He's the darkness on the outside of your path. So don't stray off your path, because he's the darkness that's waiting for you. As a kid, don't talk back to your parents.
Yeah.
Because you can get sticks and you can get coal and sticks, or you dragged off by Krampus, or you can get presents for being good.
Yeah.
You
What
know.
do you want to do? Choice is
So.
yours. Krampus is looking outside your window tonight, judging you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's fantastic, dude.
yeah, man, I'm happy with how this turned out. And of course, this wouldn't have been possible without the update. Meadowbank, baby, let's go. Ugh, fuck again. Fucking love these brushes. They're so comfy. So yeah. And with that, I'm concluding this run of Simply Sketchy Christmas Special. Thank you very much, Dave, for joining me once again.
Thank you, man. Genuinely, thank you. I love you and appreciate you so much, Trim. You have no idea, and I'm grateful that you did this for me. So thank you.
Likewise, dude. You're a good friend. Really appreciate
Merry
having
Christmas,
you
my friend.
here. Merry Christmas, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, gotta give thanks to everyone else too. To Besic for editing this video. Thank you very much for your hard work, dude. I really appreciate it. As well as to Robert Renato for letting us use and abuse his music. And of course, upon this, for me at least, holiday of Christmas, a Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you very much for listening and or watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas. And goodbye, everyone.
Bye, folks.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Krampus gonna get you.